I want y'all to ask them, why is she sleeping pregnant outside on the ground? Why is she releasing information saying that y'all are letting people rape her little boy and kill her little boy? Why is she saying that she is being denied medical care and that people are trying to kill her baby? Why is she saying that people are starving her and that y'all have been letting a white woman named Cynthia O'Vera rape her little boy to death? Why were y'all allowing a white male to attack her pregnant? Why has she not seen her little boy since she's saying that gangs were raping her little boy? Why does she not have a lawyer and saying that people are trying to set her up to be murdered? My name is Andrea Jones, and they have me sleeping pregnant outside on the ground in Houston, Texas. The country is trying to cover up a white woman named Cynthia O'Vera raping my little boy in her custody. Cynthia said that she was raping him to death with gangs. Cynthia said that she was raping my little boy to death for protecting myself from Cynthia's son, Austin Metter, who is Caucasian. The entire country, including my family, is trying to help Cynthia O'Vera get away with raping my little boy for racism. Cynthia O'Vera said that she was gang raping my little boy to death with the Ku Klux Klan. Child Protective Services is trying to help Cynthia O'Vera get away with raping my little boy by helping gangs to try to set me up outside without a residence in the United States of America. The Houston Police Department and the Conroe Police Department here in Texas are doing operations with the Ku Klux Klan to try to help Cynthia O'Vera cover up raping my little boy from 22 months old. My little boy is supposed to be 6 years old. Cynthia O'Vera said she was raping him from 22 months old, saying that she raped him to death. Cynthia O'Vera is trying to have people murder the baby that I am carrying and cover up that she said that she was raping my little boy with his father, Austin Metter. Cynthia O'Vera is Austin Metter's mother. Austin Metter is a white male who was assaulting me while pregnant. Austin Metter is the father of the abducted child that they said that they were raping. I am also pregnant by Austin Metter, and they said they're covering up the pregnancy because he was assaulting me. I would like to press charges on Austin Metter for assaulting me while pregnant, and they are having hospitals say that I'm not pregnant while they are starving me outside in Houston, Texas. They've been abusing my pregnancy while lying, saying that I was not pregnant and the baby is still alive in me. I have a multi-million-dollar lawsuit about my pregnancy, and celebrities are allowing Cynthia O'Vera to lie about raping my child. Cynthia O'Vera said that she was racist, and she said that she was raping my little boy because I had to protect myself from Austin Metter. They are saying that they are trying to sacrifice me with my father, Andrew Jones, from Atlanta, Georgia. My father, Andrew Jones, said that he was allowing the Ku Klux Klan to rape my little boy to death with Cynthia O'Vera for protecting myself, saying it was because I am black. Cynthia O'Vera has my family involved, saying that they're trying to set me up to be murdered so that they could cover up that Austin Metter said that he was raping my little boy with his mom. This is the information that is on all of these channels that y'all have seen. The Illuminati is keeping me homeless and said they raped my little boy, saying I don't have custody of my little boy. They abused me pregnant, lying, saying I'm not pregnant, and they're starving me. In September 2018, I was in jail on charges for self-defense, and I was pregnant in the cell. Conroe police in Conroe, Texas, tried to murder me pregnant in my cell and said they gang raped my little boy to death with a white woman named Cynthia O'Vera, a Grand Witch in the Ku Klux Klan for protecting myself. The country is covering up this information and my child is missing. The Illuminati abused me after I was released on the charges. The baby you see moving in the videos is the baby they abused since I was released on the charges, which is why I have a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. I was released on all of the charges August 22nd, 2019. They abused me 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022, pregnant outside, trying to kill my baby and me. 2023, they're still abusing me outside in Houston, Texas, with the baby alive in me. I have been releasing information about this information since October 2020, and they are just surrounding me all day long, trying to set the baby up to be starved to death and trying to paint me out as a drug addict and a prostitute to try to cover up that Cynthia O'Vera was raping my little boy in her custody. They are starving me in Houston, Texas on Fondren Road. I'm just going to give y'all an example of some of these celebrities that are involved with them covering up my pregnancy and raping my little boy. Beyonce knows. They said that they were allowing Cynthia to rape my child because Cynthia was white. They said that my skin was brown and that I could not protect myself from a white person. They said that they were killing my baby and me. And they said that they were raping my child to death because the white male was abusing us. They said that they were giving my son STDs, and the Holy Spirit showed me something about them giving him sodomy drugs. They said they were letting thousands of males rape him to death here in America. They are saying that I do not have custody of my son, and the Black Freemason Brotherhood is helping them to set me up outside to sleep on the ground. The Black Freemason Brotherhood said that they were also joining in to rape my little boy to death with Hispanic gangs and white males that are in racist white brotherhoods. The Black Freemasons are helping Cynthia O'Vera to frame me in 418th courtroom in Montgomery County in Conroe, Texas, inside of a white male's courtroom named Tracy Gilbert, who is a family court judge. They are framing me to say that I am homeless inside of his courtroom. And he has the evidence that I was protecting myself from the white male. But he was refusing to return my son while they said they were raping him to death. During the process where I have been trying to make an appeal, they have been setting me up to sleep outside and trying to allow Tracy Gilbert to cover up the evidence that I am pregnant and that this white male was assaulting me pregnant inside of his family courtroom. They tried to charge me for protecting myself. The charges were dropped, but they abducted my son, saying they raped him to death. They said they raped him to death because I am Black. They are doing an operation with all of the civilians here in the country and all of the celebrities here in the country to force me to sleep outside on the ground so he can fraudulently say that I do not have custody of my little boy after they said that they were raping him until he was dead. They said that they were keeping my son as a hostage and raping him to death for racism. I have not seen my son since he was 22 months old. He's supposed to be 6 years old. They're saying that I do not have access to my son. They're saying that the people that said they were raping my child in their home in Magnolia, Texas, Cynthia O'Vera and Austin Metter, that they have a restraining order blocking me from coming to see if my son is alive. They're doing operations for Black males to come up and ask me if I want to do drugs or drink alcohol, trying to frame me about them raping my child. And they are trying to harm the baby that is still alive in me. The women who are doing music here in the country know that they said that they were raping my child to death. They are acting as if they are trying to sacrifice me to cover up that she was raping my little boy due to the fact that my skin is brown. The woman who was raping my child is white. Now, this says you are all releasing music, but you will not tell the truth that Cynthia O'Vera said that she was gang raping my child with the Illuminati. Kim Kardashian knows that they are abusing me pregnant, and I thought that she was my friend in the spirit. They took down the information that I released telling my story when Kim Kardashian was under fire for the Balenciaga ads. They were terrorizing my pregnancy and terrorizing my music while stealing my lyrics at the same time to give to other artists that were serving under the Illuminati that said they were raping my child with Cynthia O'Vera. They then started promoting light-skinned artists while continuing to terrorize my pregnancy, saying that they were raping my child to death. All of the artists in the music industry have refused to speak out about Cynthia Olvera, saying that she was gang raping my little boy with the entire Conroe Police Department in Conroe, Texas, saying that they were Ku Klux Klan members. This is the baby that is alive in me from the jail. I'm sleeping outside, pregnant on the ground with the baby in me because they are racist. They feel that they should not pay out the settlement that God said they will pay. They feel that they can starve us continuously, try to set us up to be murdered, try to cover up raping my child to death. They say they raped him to death. So that the white woman, Cynthia Olvera, can feel satisfied about me having to protect myself. She is trying to have everybody try to humiliate me as a black woman while she is trying to hide from me about raping my little boy. And she's trying to have the country help her get away with raping him. This is a continuation of this video. Today is April the 19th, 2023. And I started recording that video last night or this morning behind the church in like the wee hours of the morning. I was sleeping on the ground. And as I was getting ready at a bus stop this morning, they were surrounding me here in the city of Houston in cars, trying to terrorize me, and they were trying to mess up my hair and makeup and skincare so that they could try to frame me outside as a prostitute. So as I got done getting dressed, I started to walk to the Fiesta here on Fondren Road, and there was a black male that pulled up on me in a vehicle, and he asked me if I needed help. I was carrying a large king-size comforter inside of 2 black trash bags and carrying my hygiene products, my clothing, my makeup inside of a black and lime green Ross bag. I told the black male that I was pregnant. I asked him if he could help us to get some food, and his response was, "Do you feel like making some money right now?" He was trying to get me to go and have sex with him. I told him no. They are riding around with the ambulances, fire department, and police that are Ku Klux Klan members doing this operation for Cynthia Olvera and Austin Metter to try to cover up my pregnancy and to try to frame me as a drug addict and a prostitute on the streets because Cynthia said she was raping my little boy in her custody. I asked several people as I was walking on the plaza sidewalk past the Rainbow and City Trends and a clinic. There were people following me, and I asked them if they would help us with food, telling them that I was homeless and pregnant, and they refused, saying that they would not help us. I asked black males standing outside of the Fiesta at 11240 Fondren Road, Houston, Texas, if they would help us with food, and they refused to help us. I told them that they were trying to stop me from winning my settlement. I went into the Fiesta grocery store at 11240 Fondren Road, Houston, Texas, where I have been forced to go into the store 2 or 3 times from 1019 Fondren Road, where a black male lured me to come and stay at the apartment complex as a resident, where he tried to starve me with another black male inside of an apartment unit for the Ku Klux Klan. Once I was able to get groceries inside of the apartment unit, they put me out of the apartment unit with all of the groceries. It was only about $20 worth of food at the time. And then they were trying to get one of the black males to call the police to try to harm me and the baby as I was trying to hurry and get my things to get out of the apartment unit. Then they tried to starve us outside in the area where they have been continuing to do this operation. So I went inside of the Fiesta at 11240 Fondren Road, Houston, Texas, and I went around the store telling all of the people inside of the store that I was pregnant and homeless, asking them if they would help us with food. On my way inside of the store, a black female, older black female with a wig, told me with a black male with a afro curly hair if they could take my bags and that I would not be allowed to bring my bags inside of the store. I do not steal, but that let me know that if I was starving to the point where I needed to try to sneak the food, that they would be involved with the operation to try to starve us in the area with the Ku Klux Klan. I left my bags in front of the store. I do not steal. I have never stolen anything a day in my life. And I went through the store and I walked up to a black male. I asked him if he would help us, and he refused, and they all refused to help us. They were doing a very strategic operation to follow us around the neighborhood and then go into the stores and shop and refuse to help us with food. I even asked the black male with a basket full of groceries if he could slip maybe one thing inside of the basket for us, and he refused. So I went outside, and I recall before I went outside, I asked one black female, I said to myself, if I ask her and she was with a older black female, a younger black woman. I said, if I ask her to help us with food and she does refuse, then I'm going to have to go and get a notebook and a pen to start writing down the license plate numbers of all of the people inside of the city that are surrounding me, following me and the baby, and refusing us food inside of the grocery stores and businesses. So I asked her if she would help us with food, and she said maybe she will have a few dollars. She pulled out $3 and refused to buy us anything out of the store as she was supposedly going to shop. And I ran across the street to the Family Dollar and I purchased a notebook and a pen for $1.61 so that I can record people involved with the operation. I was able to go back to the Fiesta and go through the parking lot and get 25 different license plate numbers and vehicle descriptions of the people that were doing the operation inside of the Fiesta, to have them try to starve my baby in the area to cover up my pregnancy. There was one license plate number that stood out specifically for you to be doing an operation to starve a pregnant black woman in the area, and it was a government license plate number, a Escape. It was a government license plate number. It was a gray Ford Escape with the expiration date for 2029. I went by GameStop and asked the woman going in if she would help us, and they said no. I went by Wingstop, and someone said they would help us. They did not want to. And then I went by a place called Pollo Campero, and someone helped us. And then I went by Taco Bell, and no one would help us at the Taco Bell. And I came to the Wendy's, and I was able to get someone to buy us some food. So there were people that were giving us a little money to help out, but we do not have enough to sustain us. I am pregnant by this white male, Austin Metter, and he was abusing me while pregnant with my child in my apartment, and he was abusing me where I had to run from my home to ask for help. And I went to a restaurant asking for help, and he came inside abusing me. So I am trying to press charges and get medical care, and they are refusing us the medical care, and they have been trying to starve and illegally abort the baby. They are also trying to cover up that Austin Metter, and his mother, Cynthia Olvera, said that they were raping my little boy that I have with him that is supposed to be 6 years old. They were saying that they were raping him for protecting myself from Austin Metter when he was assaulting me pregnant with this child. They have been severely abusing my pregnancy for such a long period of time that these people think that they can continue to try to starve us. So this is me starved inside of the Wendy's as I'm trying to eat the food that I got inside of this Wendy's. But the black people have seen the evidence and they know how long I've been carrying the child. So they are trying to help them destroy the evidence in my womb, which is the child. So this is why they were denying us food in the area and surrounding us with the Ku Klux Klan. We are going to receive a multi-million-dollar settlement about the pregnancy, God told me. So the blacks are trying to, be hateful about our settlement. And they're talking about they worship white people. So I want to make an announcement to the black people here in Houston, Texas, and wherever you are in the United States plotting on us, that you do not owe white people any allegiance to try to harm me and my baby because I hurt Austin Metter in self-defense. White people claim to have hung black people, drugged black people on the back of vehicles down the street, skinning them until they were dead, saying that they were raping black people until they were dead and setting them on fire. And they enslaved black people for what they claim 400 years. So you do not owe any allegiance to Austin Metter because I hurt him in self-defense. It is 2023. Black people have rights and black women have rights. And God also is on my side to make sure that my rights are taken seriously in the court of law.